Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Today, I wanted to talk about the death of a loved one and when we lose a loved one, taking our will to live. Many times when I'm doing readings and say somebody has been married to somebody for 50, 60, even 70 years, or whatever the years that you're married to, and the longevity that you have spent with this person, it's not only devastating to lose your loved one, but how do we go from here? Many times I have spouses or people who have lost children, they just want to die and they want to go with them. And it's a very natural thought to feel. It is, and I never tell them not to think that way. But what I do is not only channel their loved ones, but it's amazing with what the messages come through from their loved ones. All of the times, not most of the time, all of the times, the messages are the same on one subject: to keep going. And you're going to say, well, how do we keep going? It's very hard. I have to tell you, many times I cry with my clients. There have been many times when I feel their pain to the point where I am crying with them, physically crying, emotionally crying. I'm breaking for them because of their pain. It's a hard thing to deal with. It really is. And to see somebody in so much pain and knowing that you can't bring them back. But what I do is bring their spirit back and teaching them how to talk to their loved ones. You know, many times they say, my loved one hasn't come in my dreams. Why? I'm waiting. Tell them I want them here. And I say, well, it's not that easy because they no longer facilitate a physical realm. They are in a spiritual realm. So it's almost like when you're wanting something so bad, you do create these blockers. The spirit's trying to come through, but here's your blocker and it can't come through. So when you stop looking for spirit is when spirit will find you. It's very true. You know, people ask me every day, do you meditate? How do you meditate? Blah, 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 blah. I get this all the time. And I do not meditate before readings. You're going to say, really? I don't need to. The messages will come. Why? Because I am not looking for them. My portal is open for anyone who wants to come in to facilitate a message. This is very important. I go about my day. Sometimes I have spirits that will hang around from 6 in the morning, and it isn't until 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I have my last client at 9, and they're coming in. So they've been hanging out with me all day because they don't want to miss their time to connect to their loved one here. I always tell spirit that their loved one wants you to live the best that you can. And you're going to say, why? Well, I always tell people, if you can't do it for you, do it for them. Because if you love them so much, they're watching us. And their spirit thrives when we thrive. Now, I'm not saying, oh, okay, you know, it's just that easy. I'm going to pick up the pieces. I'm going to be fine, blah, blah, blah. No, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. And I tell people, take all the time that you need. It's very personal. There are no timelines to grief. There's no timelines to mourn. You will have to take it day by day. When people go, you know, it's time to get on with your life, how dare they say that to you? They need to help you get on with your life, but they shouldn't be telling you to get on with your life because you know what? They don't feel what you feel. And I feel that that's an intrusion. But I think it's important when you have the right people around you to help you through it. You never get over a passing, but you learn in time to get through it. All time is good for is helping us get used to something else. That's it. Doesn't take the pain away. I assure you it does not. But there are reasons why we have loss. There are reasons why we feel what we feel. I don't believe we're being tested as much as we are being taken through what we need to go through in order to elevate our soul growth, in order for us to feel what we need to feel, to understand things later and how it conditions us much later. Years from now, people that have lost people that they love, and they say, I now see so much different. I look at things differently. I have more empathy. I have more bravery than I ever thought, more courage than I've ever thought. You're going to say, seriously. I had this one lady, wonderful client, and she was afraid of everything because her husband did everything while they were alive. He even paid the bills. He structured everything. He did everything. He was the man to go to. And when she lost him, she didn't know how to be. She felt crippled. And my heart bled for her, as many spouses feel this way, whether male or female. There's a lot of females that take care of everything, and the males are just left dumbfounded, and vice versa. And so she started to have to figure it out. She resisted and she resisted. And I told her not to resist, but to take it day by day. Try to get people who are knowledgeable to help you, I said to her one day. And I said, and in time, they're going to show you different things that you never thought you could learn. And she says, oh, Susan, at my age, I said, at any age. There's no discriminacy to age, okay? So years later, she had done another session with me, and she said, Susan, all the things that I thought I couldn't do, oh my goodness, I'm doing. And I have to say, in some things, I think I've done them better than my husband. And we started to laugh. So it's interesting that what evolves. A lot of parents who have lost their children, what they've done with that experience and how they take it to help others. It's very interesting. It's made them more aware, maybe more self-conscious of things around them. It's interesting. A lot of kids that have committed suicide. Parents now have become their children's voice and advocacy to mental illness. So there are different reasons why things happen, but it's what we do with them. But the bottom line is, when you want to die with them, that's not going to solve anything. It isn't. We have to honor their spirit while we are here. Talk about them. When you have holidays, say things about them, things that they used to do, funny stories, keeping their memory alive, maybe cooking great recipes that your mother, grandmother always made. These are things that are really something to elevate their spirit in honor of them. It's the hardest thing we'll ever have to go through. I'm not going to lie to you. There's times when you just want to die, and I'll be right there with you. Believe me when I tell you, I get it. But there's that little voice that says you have to keep going. And even if you can't do it for you, do it for them, because they're watching. And that is the last thing that our loved ones want us to do, is fall apart, because they're going to feel responsible, and their spirit, their soul cannot thrive. They also thrive not just by being with God, but by looking down at us and seeing what we do. So it's important. Like I said, time takes care of a lot of things, but it just helps us get used to something else. And we have to figure out who we are after them. Think about that. I always tell people, never get involved in another relationship right away. You have to heal, and you have to get to know yourself now through this new metamorphosis of change. So getting involved with somebody right away just to fill the void is not the answer. The answer is get to know yourself in a different way, because you're going to need to do that, because in time that will give you the strength to carry on. Maybe one day you will fall in love again and find somebody. You might, but that shouldn't be the basis of, oh, I have to hurry up and get married. Many times I see a lot of people having to hurry up and do that. That's not the answer, because that relationship is not going to work out. You're looking at it as this is something that's going to help numb the pain. And unfortunately, there is no anesthetic for this. You have to go through it. Unfortunately, I wish I could take really all the pain away from everybody. But this is real life. We're not in a fantasy, and we're not in the afterlife of resting. We are here to live and accomplish an experience. And it's what we do with those experiences when it's our time to go to the other side as well. So remember, our loved ones are always with us, but more important, they're watching. And we need to do this for them as well as for us. I hope that this has enlightened you. Please subscribe to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. More stories always come, but it is something to think about. Have a different perspective, because at the end, I promise you, you will have your peace. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.